What's up guys, my name is unCAGEDgamez. Welcome back to another Injustice 2 video. Today I'm going to be talking about some characters that were mentioned and hinted at the Injustice 2 panel at San Diego Comic-Con this past week. If you guys don't know, they did reveal two characters at that panel. They revealed Wonder Woman and Blue Beetle, which I'm super excited for. Blue Beetle is such a cool character and I'm excited for him to be in the game. But at the panel, they actually mentioned a lot of characters. They hinted at characters. So I'm going to be talking about all those hints and character and possible confirms right here, right now. Now, at the Injustice 2 panel, they did say at the beginning that they cannot answer questions like if so-and-so is in the game, but yet a lot of people still went up and asked if Red Hood's in the game, if Static Shock's in the game, and then they can't answer yes or no, so they said maybe for a lot of them, but there were some that I wanted to point out, so let's get into it. The first one being, someone asked if Zoom's going to be in the game, and Ed Boon replied, there's absolutely a chance that Zoom will appear in the game. Now, the people that were at the Injustice 2 panel said that Ed Boon said this in a way that suggests that Zoom would absolutely be in the game. I thought that Zoom was not going to be in the game just because Zoom and Flash are pretty much like the same character. They run fast, so having Zoom and having Flash, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to change up their gameplay. I also thought that Zoom could be in the game because of the gear system and how customizable characters work. So I thought you can customize Flash to make him look like Zoom, but I didn't think that Zoom was actually going to be his own character. But then Ed Boon says this at the panel, which gives Zoom a higher chance of being in the game. Also, I went back and digged up this tweet that Ed Boon retweeted from Justin Wong saying, so I saw the Injustice 2 trailer. Aquaman Super looks so sick. Can I get Zoom though? Ed Boon actually retweeted this, so Zoom's chances right now are a lot higher than I thought, and I would be down to see Zoom. I'm excited to see how they change up Zoom to make his gameplay different from the Flash's, but we gotta wait and see if he's actually in the game. Some more people went up and asked, is Static Shock in the game? Ed Boon says it's possible, and is Terry Mcginnis in the game? And he said it's definitely possible. Let's first talk about Static Shock. I think he's gonna be in the game for many reasons. One, Static Shock was already in the Injustice Gods Among Us mobile game, so they have his character design, they have what he looks like. Just take him and change him up a little bit and put him in the new game. Also, Ed Boon did say a while ago that Injustice 2 will have a lot of lesser known characters, and Static Shock, he's not like the least known character, but he's not as popular like Superman or Batman. So, Static Shock being a lesser known character and already having a character model in Injustice mobile game, just, it makes sense to have him in the game. I would love to see him. Next, let's talk about Terry Mcginnis. If you guys don't know who Terry Mcginnis is, Terry Mcginnis is Batman Beyond. I don't think Terry Mcginnis will be in the game, maybe as like a little voiceover or something for Batman, but I don't think we're going to get Batman Beyond and Batman, because if you watch the Injustice 2 reveal trailer or the announcement trailer, Batman had gear on that looked exactly like Batman Beyond, so having Batman Beyond as a separate character and then having Batman with the gear that looks like Batman Beyond would make no sense. Batman Beyond will be in the game, but as a gear. I don't see him being a separate character. I know Zoom and Flash are like pretty much the same, but having Batman and Batman Beyond, that's a little bit too much in my opinion. This next thing that Ed Boon announced got me super excited, because Ed Boon said that the expansive roster of the game means a lot of favorites will show up. He then went on saying, I bet if you guess 10 characters that you thought would be in the game, you will probably get 7. That is freaking amazing. When I heard this, I was so happy. Like, that means the chance of us getting majority of our characters is super high. NetherRealm Studios did say that Injustice 2 will have the largest character roster ever. And from what Ed Boon said at the panel, it looks like it's actually true. This roster is going to be massive. So maybe because of this large roster, we're going to get characters like Zoom, which is pretty much like the Flash. We're going to get maybe Terry Mcginnis. I still don't think it's going to happen, but 7 out of 10 characters that you guessed, it will be in the game. There are so many cool DC characters that I want in Injustice 2, and now the chances of them being in the game is so high, and I'm super excited for this. But speaking of characters I want to see in Injustice 2, Ed Boon asked everyone at the panel who wants to see Beast Boy in the game. That's right, Ed Boon actually went out and asked everyone who wants to see freaking Beast Boy from the Teen Titans in the game. You guys know that I've been talking about Beast Boy since Injustice 2 got announced. I think he's such a cool character. His movesets would be amazing. Him transforming into like a gorilla, a tiger, a lion, an eagle. He can transform into a T-Rex. If Beast Boy's gameplay is done right, I can see a sick character. Just think about the combo. He starts the combo as a gorilla and freaking ends it as an elephant. Who can do that? Beast Boy can. But speaking about the transformation, Lamar, which is one of the people at the panel, joked and said the only people booing are the people who have to animate it, which I can understand why they want to boo Beast Boy, because if I was them, I wouldn't want to animate a character that can transform into any freaking animal he wants. But if they do it right, the fans are gonna love it, and I am one for Beast Boy. Currently, he's like at the top of my most wanted list for Injustice 2. If you guys want me to do a full-on video of what characters I want, let me know down below. But I'm excited for this. Ed Boon went out and asked the crowd if they want to see Beast Boy in the game, so that is pretty awesome. I hope he's in the game. The next thing they talked about was Bryan Cranston and how he did the voice in the first ever Injustice 2 trailer, but he will not be in the game. So people thought that Bryan Cranston was going to do the voice of Ra's al Ghul, which I thought would be pretty cool, but now they're saying that he's not going to be in the game. That doesn't mean that Ra's al Ghul is not going to be in the game. They just mean that Bryan Cranston, seeing his busy schedule, he probably won't be able to do the voice for said character. But that's fine as long as we get the character that he was voicing, if he was voicing a character or he was just being an epic narrator for the trailer. And the last thing I'm going to talk about here is actually somewhat of a confirmed for a DLC for Injustice 2. Ed Boon said Scorpion was the most downloaded character in Injustice, so they said they would be stupid not to do it again, but it probably won't be Scorpion. So that pretty much confirms that yes, we're going to get another Mortal Kombat guest character for Injustice. It's probably not going to be Scorpion. There's always a chance that it could be, but if I had to take a guess, I think it's going to be Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is pretty much as popular as Scorpion, but for all we know, they could throw a curveball and give us like Shao Kahn as a guest character for Injustice. If I get to choose what character, you already know I would choose Johnny Cage, but the most logical choice is Sub-Zero. But those were all the things that they talked about regarding Injustice 2 characters at the Injustice 2 San Diego Comic-Con 2016 panel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, give the video a like, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts about the characters they talked about at the panel. Like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you guys are new. My name is unCAGEDgamez, and you just got caged. What is that? Is that a tank? Or is that a transformer? What in the world?